Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we got to talk about it, guys. As Kendrick Perkins has gone in on LeBron James and Rich Paul. And Rich Paul obviously released a statement after LeBron opted in to his $52 million this upcoming season, pretty much saying the Lakers don't have nowhere to get better, and they're demanding that the Lakers compete for a championship. Only problem is now they seem to be on what Luka Doncic wants to do. Kind of want to build a team like the Mavs had when they went to the finals, and they will not be looking to LeBron James, going forward. And a lot of people thought that LeBron has something to do with AD being moved. I've always said that LeBron knew beforehand, but he didn't know they were going to make the deal. They just came to him and said, "We're going to make this deal." And he was like, "Okay, well, include the Morris twin in that deal." So I think a lot of people were confused, like, by what I was saying. I don't think he had no bearing on whether they would trade for Luka Doncic or not. I think that was straight Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka, and they did it like that. And so, pretty much they like LeBron. You want to win, but you ain't getting none of that 52 million back. So, what's gonna happen going forward? And we know Kendrick Perkins and LeBron fell out a while ago over his coverage of Bronny. Let's look at that right quick.
Because I cannot believe that y'all missed this, what I'm about to say. Kendrick Perkins has been on the record saying he considers LeBron James the GOAT.
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins says a negative word about LeBron James, and LeBron James blocks Kendrick Perkins.
Unfollow me.
Unfollowed you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Unfollowed
Hey, Stephen
you.
A.
Okay.
Hey, Stephen A. But let me say this to you. He unfollowed me, and then I blocked him on my cell phone. Yeah.
Cool.
Now, I just wanted to share that because we know Big Perk's been one of LeBron's biggest supporters. He still supports LeBron. He just don't cover the league the way LeBron wants it covered. He'll cover the way he see fit while believing LeBron is the GOAT. So, yeah, moving right along, Rich Paul told ESPN this week, he said LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage of his life or in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want what's best for him. So that leaves it open about him potentially being traded or whatever. Now it comes out that they feel like, or they view LeBron as an expiring contract. Other teams not willing to gut the young talent on their roster to acquire LeBron James. And Perk pretty much said that this is the end of Klutch Sports' reign of having control over the Lakers. This is what he had to say. Listen up.
The Los Angeles Lakers. You got so much going on. You got all this happening. Rich Paul putting out a statement that I felt like it really served no purpose but to ruffle the feathers, And you know why he wanted to ruffle the feathers? You want to know why? Because it's a new sheriff in town, or should I say sheriffs, plural, in town in L.A. Okay, yeah. Yes, they have a new owner. And by the way, I don't believe somebody's paying close to $10 billion for the team and is not going to be the shot caller. So I know they had the reports that Jeannie Buss is still going to be. I don't believe that. You ain't paying $10 billion without calling shots, okay? And when I say new sheriffs, it's not just because of the owner. It's because the focal point, your franchise guy now is Luka Doncic, an international superstar. It's not a 40-year-old LeBron James. It's not Rich Paul and Klutch Sports no more. No, it's Luka. It's Luka, and it's WME. Bill Duffy. I said this on air 3 days ago. I said DeAndre Ayton go sign with the Lakers because you know who DeAndre Ayton represented by? WME. So if you don't think that Lucas is having a say in what's going on with the Lakers front office right now, you crazy as hell. But rightfully so. They need him. They want him to resign that contract, right? This extension that's coming up in August. Hell yeah, you want to make sure Luka is involved.
Kendrick Perkins just laid out the business of basketball beautifully. We know LeBron James and Klutch Sports had its power over the Los Angeles Lakers over the last 5 or so seasons. We saw AD come in. We saw them make him draft or make them draft his son, Bronny James, to the team, which was the last favor done. But recently we saw them sold for $10 billion. Um, New guys come in, and we saw Rob Pelinka, last year get Luka Doncic over to the team, and we knew going forward that was a youth movement. Like I said, LeBron didn't say go get me Luka. He didn't. He didn't have a chance to do that because they were already moving forward. They like, we'll get you your son, but that's a low risk thing we gonna do. But we're gonna go get our next superstar, and AD is gonna be the piece traded away for that. Um, and they did it. They did it because we know the team didn't have any flexibility, so it was going to have to be Bron or AD that was moved for them to be able to move forward in the future. And they have Luka Doncic. So WME, you look at that. The agency representing Luka and DeAndre Ayton. It's no secret. The link there and how they're able to get their players. And this happens a lot. Agents control where players go. It's a lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes with that. Um, so I'm glad Kendrick Perkins laid that out like he did. LeBron, you're gonna be 41 this year, and like I say, the game. I watched Michael Jordan, uh, complete his second three-peat in the late '90s, and end up being a lockout season the very next season. So the Bulls could have came back and won that short season that San Antonio, I believe, ended up winning that title. Um, the Bulls could have easily won that title if they would have brought him back. And the game got rid of them, right? Because, they didn't want to have Phil back and all these little internal struggles going on behind the scenes. So I always say if the NBA will get rid of Jordan winning a title, getting rid of that Bulls team winning a title, nothing was bigger than them. LeBron James is going to lose his power at some point too. Where he's able to throw his muscle around and all that. So we looking at it right now. LeBron, again, teams don't want to trade for him like that because he's 40 something. I see some Knicks fans talking about go get LeBron. That is crazy at 41. LeBron didn't give you his prime years. If I'm any team that he spurned in his prime years, I'm not trying to get him back now. You gave everybody else all your high flying LeBron years. So, if you never played for me, I don't want you to play for me now. That would just be how I would do it. Because I would want the next young up and coming player. I wouldn't be, clamoring for a 41-year-old LeBron at this point. And, so he's not going to make any demands around here. Yes, he can play on my team at this point, but he's going to be more of a supporting cast type of player that plays at a very high level still, but obviously we're going to have to taper his minutes. And for him to be the best version of himself, I feel like now he needs to be more in a Pippen type of role, where he's helping out. But he can't be making roster personnel decisions, gutting team's roster and tying them up financially because he wants to have a chance at a title. You should have won the ones that you had a chance at. This is why the title against the Mavericks, that you lost, this matters now because that was one you had no excuses. You just had to get that done at that time. You can't go back and get those moments. And I'm not even penalizing him right now for that. You just can't go back in time and get that moment. So we not about to make everything good for you at 41 years old. Make it easy for you to go win a title. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. And neither are we trading for you to bring you into a situation, where you can be a favorite piece like that. I see some people saying that Cooper might be traded for him. Not a chance. There's no way Dallas can do that deal. They can't do that deal. Um, you have to give the fans hope. And bringing in a 41-year-old LeBron James is not hope. It's not hope for the future. You got to have Cooper flag. The fans got to grow to love him, and then over time maybe then they can start to forgive Nico Harrison, but um, not for LeBron though. Nah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.